I think I might have a fucking problem. Pushing out a rolling marijuana. Thinking about getting more to the bank, but they won't let me in cause I smell like dank. I think I might have a motherfucking problem. Get it. I think I might have a motherfucking problem.
Madden world, what it be like? It's your boy Fo, and bro, we are back on that Madden 19, and in today's video we're gonna take a look at week close. If you're new to my channel, please like and sub. We put in a ton of effort to make sure we can upload fire, and we upload a lot. For real. We got a 4K sub giveaway going on right now. All you need to do to enter this raffle is simply sub to my channel, and it could be you that gets the free game, bro. I'll take one lucky sub, let them choose any game they want, and it's on me. All my day ones, y'all know what it is. Y'all keep me motivated. Let's get straight to it. Now, I was gonna upload something different today, but somebody asked, did I know anything out of strong or weak? All my day ones know I released the entire scheme for week close last year. This formation is still pretty nice this year. PA cross F will has always been amazing. That play is very good in this game. Mesh is very good, but PA boot shot with route swapping can be pretty fucking glitchy, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about this play. So let's go ahead and put it on the field. We'll try to make this as short as we can, so let's get right into it. Now, first of all, we just want to go ahead and say that before we talk about route swapping, you can run this play without route swapping. There's something unique about it, and you can see the square receiver on this like slant, and then it flattens out. All right, you can see that. Also, Gronkowski, look at the 50-yard line. Most outposts will cut sharp at the 50-yard line. This one actually still goes up into the 40, and that gives me an opportunity where I really don't need to fade. I could just leave him like that and get the same effect that a fade would, because he goes a little bit deeper than normal. Okay, now let's talk about square real quick. If they're not playing anything that has match defense, and this is what I mean by match defense is cover 3 match, cover 6, cover 9, cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms. And you know, on my channel we've spent a ton of time showing you how to beat those kind of defenses, right? Well, those kind of defenses actually play this formation pretty well, but we know how to beat that stuff, right? So if they're in like cover 2, like Tampa 2, if they're in cover 3 Sky, cover 3 Buzz, if they're in cover 4 Drop Show, it does a very good job. Even cover 6 or cover 9, if they change it to cloud flats, then they don't play match defense anymore, and we'll still be able to pick them apart with this concept. So what I'm talking about is I blocked the running back first of all, because blocking the play action blocking on this is shit. So I'll take square, and then I'll motion him, and then I'll snap him. And you can see right there, I can just catch, rack, and keep going. That's a quick dot. Now, what's good about this is he's pulling up the curl flat and the hook zone. So he'll do that against a cloud flat, all types of stuff. So what's also cool is you see what makes that great. And remember I talked about he kind of goes up and he flattens out. Well, when we motion him, he doesn't flat out later. He flats out like right in the middle of the field. So you see he cuts back up. I could throw it right there, or he'll just drop down and sit right in the middle, almost like an option route would. And then I can just catch that, fall on the ground, or I can catch it and keep going, turn up the field. And that gives me a little bit more flexibility in what I can do. Now, we can replicate that action out of different plays. So in this formation, if I wanted to, I could just call a slant right here, and then I can motion the player, and then the slant is gonna just come at a different level. So this is something that you want to put in your toolbox, because it's a really quick hitting like thing that you can do, and they'll need to like either cross-man a player, maybe try to put somebody in a spy right in the middle of the field, start changing things up. But we have a ton of other plays that we can go to, and we can always scheme this in. Now, looking at like how circle and X interact with each other. We can motion, snap again, and then you'll see where we can just throw right behind right here. Like we said, Gronkowski is doing a pretty good job at drawing the attention. You can see Earl Thomas fades over to this side. You can even, well, I threw it early, but if we let it play out, then Jalen Ramsey, his back will even turn and he'll run with Gronk. So, you know, that's something that we can attack as well at any given time. Now, another setup that we can do is we can fade square. We can motion him over, put triangle on an option route, and then block the running back. Now, this is something that's going to be good for us with circle and triangle, because we're going to create like this high-low read that we can attack. Now, let's go ahead and call it stock. So you see the curl flats out on the field. And let's focus on circle and triangle. So we'll call it, and you'll see it's simply a high-low read that we can attack. If the hook zone drops down to the curl, which it did in this play, then we're gonna throw behind. The other hook zone on this play actually matched up with the post going outside, because that post would have been wide open with the current setup that we had. Now we'll make an adjustment and try to take that post out that we just hit. So we'll play over the top right here. And same stuff. Then we'll throw out here. And you'll see I finger kind of slipped a little bit. So let me kind of throw it again. Show you that that actually does work. I didn't get a chance to precision it the way I probably would have liked to. Yeah, that's how you want to precision it. Make sure you go about 3 o'clock. I kind of slipped on the controller and threw it about like, I don't know, like 1 o'clock. So 3 o'clock on your left analog is about where you want to throw it. But anyway, you can see that any curl flat, any cloud flat, and this was cloud flats in this case. Cloud flats only drop 20 yards deep no matter what you do. There's nobody over in his area. He's still going to fall back, and then we can throw about 3 o'clock to the sideline. Now, what's good is over here, I've also played over the top, so I've taken away this circle receiver initially. But, bro, you win football games by taking what they give you. I started on the 30. I'm already sitting down almost 9 yards deep. If I catch this, I'm almost sure to get a first down. So just drop it off if you need to. You might end up with more yardage than that. Also keep in mind, if the play breaks down, it's really easy to playmaker this player. You can always put somebody there like another running back that has speed and agility and that kind of thing. If we would have let this play out, we still would have been able to bomb up top here. Now, one of the things that's good about this is you know, in a cover 4 or cover 3, most times they got 2 hook zones. Most people don't like to expose themselves by playing defense up here, so they'll play on one of the hooks. What's interesting about this is if they play it stock and just try to man it up themselves, this cloud or curl is not going to do anything with this option route. So that means they're still in a high-low if they're playing right there. The user's just in a high-low now, so you can exploit them. If they decide to play on this hook and then just go out here and take this away, well, I'm just going to throw out here because I'm throwing to the sideline anyway, right? They can't play all the way to the sideline and then play all the way back inside. It's just not going to work. Okay, so those would be 2 variations I would do before I would start the route swap. Now, stuff that I want to add real quick is like cover 3. You can run those same 2 variations, but then also keep in mind you can smart route, out route this receiver by motioning him out, then streak, block the running back if you want. You can even max protect, whatever you want if you want to try to bomb. So it's something you can do if you're trying to bomb up the field. You can see me bomb right there. And bro, like, that's not something you're gonna do all the time, right? We know that. You might pull that, you might make them think you don't even know how to do that, and then you come out and I guarantee you somebody will lose concentration, or they'll lose focus, or they'll fall asleep, bro. I've even fell asleep where somebody was not bombing me, so I stopped putting my cover threes and like my outside corners and deep halves, and I got bombed just by falling asleep. You don't want to like spam plays up, man. But I shouldn't have to talk to y'all about that. Cover two. So when you're looking at cover two, really with cover two, what's cool about the first part is when they're running cover two, you could just motion, and then this still works against cover two. You can see that motion works against cover two. So I just wanted to make sure that you understood, like I said in the very beginning, that it works against cover two. I showed you that. Now we come back with cover two. We can always streak X, we can always streak triangle, and then block here. We still got that dump off with triangle, but then we got coming across the middle of the field wide open, we got this player. So we got a real extreme high-low. Now if we come back with cover two, now we can always motion this player over. When we motion this player over right here, we can fade X, block the running back. So that's one of the ways you could attack cover two as well. So you can see it. Now he'll get to the sideline right there. Simple. Things to mention about that though. So let's first of all keep in mind that this player is always a little dump off in cover two, because Cloud's gonna pull way up to the 50 before he drops down. It gives us plenty of time to drop this ball off. If the mid read, if they don't put him in a deep blue, right, then he's gonna act, and they're not playing on him manually, he's gonna actually play this route. If he does, low key, this player is open if you precision pass him to the inside. So I just wanted to like show that, just so you can kind of see that. Because for real, low key, Eric Berry with a 95 zone, bro. I pulled out there at least for a reason. Is in no man's land still, bro. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. Now let's talk about route swapping real quick, because I think this is important with this play. And you can really flood like any defense real quick. Now if you don't spam this up, you're probably guaranteed to get something out of it if you just don't run it over and over again, because most times their first response is going to be the wrong response, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So two route swap, you'll pull up the audible screen, and then you'll hit L2 and R2 at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and do it so you can see we route swap here. And look how the play, look how the play art kind of changes weird. So look at the square receiver. So now we can call a slant on him, and look, he slants to the outside. And I showed y'all that in a different video, right? But what's cool about this play is, you see where Gronkowski is? He turns into a post that we can now exploit in a different way. But what I like to do with him at times, because what's glitchy about this is he can either go outside here if I motion him over, or he can go inside here. So he can go three different places. He can go to the left, outside right, or the inside right. So that gives our opponent three different looks, and I got 4 routes on the same side of the field. So now I'm able to attack in just a different way, you know? So the main thing we want to go ahead and show, and I should have threw that a little bit later, but the main thing we want to show is, the reason why I like this is once you start like doing this, and you start actually kind of doing this route swap, and you motion this player out, for instance, this flood is pretty dangerous because it doesn't have to develop the same. So let's say if I'm not playing, if they don't play cover 2, this is just a really hard thing to deal with. So say they play hard flats, right? Like before, that does a pretty good job of taking the X away. So we can call this now and look at what happens, because now like the hard flat actually runs with the fullback. And this is any formation. I could call quarters and it would react the same way because the hard flat's just gonna cover the lowest route, right? So that gives me an opportunity to throw that. But not only am I able to throw into that space in a hard flat, as a matter of fact, let's not even run the hard flats. Let's run the curl flats and then route swap. So I don't want y'all to feel like I'm trying to get it easy. So hold on. But also, I don't know what happened. It's just hella glitched out. You saw how he, I don't know, this is Madden this year, bro. But you saw him be wide open. You saw the linebacker even run with the streak for some reason. He dumbs out, bro. It's like, it is sort of a glitch, though. You see what's happening with it. So it is glitchy. But let's go ahead and put him in cloud flats and see if we can get him to play right. So anyway, we can snap the ball here. And then you can see it. You can see that right there. Look, he's still open. So let's go ahead and replay that real quick. This player is open. This player in cloud flats is going to be initially open. You see it. And then this player still gets open. So you got 3 people up the side. Look, they just standing there. So that's what makes this interesting, man, because it's really, really glitchy. So now, for instance, matter of fact, let me go ahead and put them in something like quarters or 326 or something. Let's go to dollar. And then we'll run something like, we'll try to set them up. So look, so now we try to set them up for success. We put hard flats and curl flats out. Or we can get him to drop deeper, matter of fact. So let's put him back in a hard flat. So now in a hard flat, we got a cloud flat out. So that one should drop deeper. And then, so now we max protecting to that side, even though everything going to the left side, right? And then if we start scheming this together, I don't even really need the route swap, and I can leave those players on that side. So I don't know why you would telegraph that this is coming, but let's just say they know it's coming, and they set it up like that. Because I know, like, stuff like that is kind of like my first response. If I see something like this, I'll just max protect like that, so you can see it. But you can see that clear as day, bro. Like, I didn't even precision pass to, like, make him safe. I just threw it. But you can see it. Like, that's going to draw that attention. This player I actually could have thrown right there. When, as soon as the hard flat dipped, I could have threw that and been wide open and hit. And then this player is just going to get wide open. So even with max protect, I'm flooding this side of the field. They'd have to use it at. They'd have to manually use it at. But then what happens when I start not doing this, and then I start running stuff away from that side, but putting everybody on that side? You know, it's just chess. So this is really interesting, man. It's definitely something that I would add to the toolbox if I were you. I think it could be really effective in game as long as you don't spam it, bro. It'll definitely be something that you can get some yards like late in the game when you need a first down conversion or something, you know. So like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well so you can know when we post. And as always, respect the OGs. Peace.